Yes, very funny, very funny. Can we please just focus on the text?
Hey.
Wait.
Priscilla.
Oh, no!
Yes? Flash?
Sloths are medium-sized mammals that live in the Central and South American rainforests. There are 6 species of sloth, which belong to the families Megalonychid and Bradypodidae, part of the order Pilosa. Most scientists call these 2 families the Folivora suborder, while some call it Philophaga. Sloths are a neotropical group of xenarthran mammals constituting the suborder Folivora, including the extant arboreal tree sloths and extinct terrestrial ground sloths. Sloths have a short neck, 4 long limbs of equal length, and a head that is short and flat with a snub nose, rudimentary ears, and large eyes. They are known for their slow movement and are considered one of the slowest mammals in the world. Sloths are herbivores and eat a diet of leaves, fruits, and flowers. They are arboreal and spend most of their lives in trees, rarely descending to the ground. Sloths can rotate their heads nearly 90 degrees, and their mouths are shaped so they look like they are always smiling. Sloths are an integral part of tropical rainforest ecosystems, and their populations are dependent on the health of these forests. 1. Habitat. Ground sloths. As the name suggests, ground sloths primarily inhabited the ground. They were widespread during the Pleistocene epoch and were found in various habitats, including forests, grasslands, and savannas. Tree sloths, on the other hand, are arboreal creatures that spend most of their lives in trees. They are found in the tropical rainforests of Central and South America, where they have adapted to live in the canopy. Certainly, let's dive deeper into the habitats of ground sloths and tree sloths. 1. Ground sloths. Ground sloths inhabited a variety of habitats during the Pleistocene epoch. They were widespread in North, Central, and South America. The specific habitat preferences varied among different species of ground sloths, but they generally occupied environments ranging from forests to grasslands and even open savannas. Their adaptability allowed them to thrive in diverse ecosystems. Ground sloths were well adapted to their chosen habitats. They possessed strong limbs and sharp claws, aided in digging burrows and foraging for vegetation. Some ground sloth species had specialized teeth adapted to browse on tough plants and shrubs. These adaptations allowed them to exploit a range of plant resources in their respective habitats. 2. Tree sloths. Tree sloths are primarily found in the tropical rainforests of Central and South America. They are specifically adapted to an arboreal lifestyle, spending nearly all of their time in trees. Their habitat consists of dense, lush and vertically layered rainforest canopies. The dense vegetation in rainforests provides tree sloths with abundant food sources such as leaves, tender shoots and fruits. They have evolved to feed on a limited diet of nutrient-poor leaves, which are abundant in the rainforest canopy. Their slow metabolism helps them cope with the low energy content of their diet. Tree sloths have unique adaptations to their forest habitat. They have long, hook-like claws that allow them to suspend themselves from branches and move slowly and deliberately through the trees. Their slow movement and greenish fur provide camouflage against predators and make them difficult to spot among the foliage. Overall, the habitats of ground sloths and tree sloths differ significantly. Ground sloths roamed a variety of environments, including forests, grasslands, and savannas, whereas tree sloths are exclusively found in the tall trees and canopies of tropical rainforests. These distinct habitats shaped the physical characteristics and behavior of each sloth species, size and body structure. Ground sloths were much larger than tree sloths. Some species of ground sloth, such as the Megatherium, reached enormous sizes, with some individuals weighing several tons. They had robust bodies, powerful limbs, and long claws suited for digging and defense. Tree sloths. Tree sloths are significantly smaller. They have a compact body structure adapted for life in trees. They have long limbs and curved claws, which enable them to hang from branches and move slowly and deliberately through the trees. Certainly, let's explore the differences in size and body structure between ground sloths and tree sloths. 1. Ground sloths. Ground sloths were notable for their large size, especially in comparison to tree sloths. They were among the largest land mammals to have ever existed. Some species of ground sloths, such as the Megatherium, reached enormous proportions. These massive creatures could grow up to 20 feet 6 meters in length and weigh several tons. In terms of body structure, ground sloths had robust and muscular bodies. They had stout limbs with strong bones and joints adapted for supporting their immense weight. Their forelimbs were particularly powerful and ended in long, curved claws, which they used for digging, defense, and grasping vegetation. 2. Tree sloths. In contrast to ground sloths, tree sloths are significantly smaller. They have a compact body structure suited for their arboreal lifestyle. There are 2 main species of tree sloths, the 2-toed sloth and the 3-toed sloth. Tree sloths have a relatively small head, a short neck and a barrel-shaped torso. Their limbs are long and slender, designed to navigate through the tree branches with ease. They have 2 or 3 long curved claws on their forelimbs, depending on the species, which they use for gripping and hanging from branches. While the exact size varies between species and individuals, tree sloths generally range in length from about 21 to 29 inches, 53 to 74 centimeters, and weigh between 8 to 17 pounds, 3.6 to 7.6 to 7.7 kilograms. The smaller size and lightweight body structure of tree sloths allow them to move with agility in the trees and hang from branches for extended periods. In summary, ground sloths were massive creatures, reaching enormous sizes and having robust bodies adapted for a terrestrial lifestyle. In contrast, tree sloths are considerably smaller and possess a compact body structure with slender limbs, allowing them to move and hang from branches in the tree canopy. Extinction. Ground sloths. Ground sloths became extinct around 10,000 years ago at the end of the Pleistocene epoch. Various factors contributed to their extinction, including climate change, habitat loss, and overhunting by early human populations. Tree sloths. Tree sloths are still extant today, although they are classified as endangered species due to habitat destruction and fragmentation caused by human activities. They face challenges in adapting to the changing environment and the loss of their rainforest habitats. In summary, ground sloths were massive terrestrial herbivores that lived during the Pleistocene epoch, while tree sloths are smaller, arboreal creatures that reside in the canopy of tropical rainforests. Ground sloths became extinct thousands of years ago, while tree sloths are endangered but still survive today. Behavior and lifestyle. Ground sloths. Ground sloths were primarily herbivorous, feeding on vegetation such as leaves, fruits, and shrubs. Some larger ground sloths may have also been browsers, consuming tougher plant material. They were primarily terrestrial but could also climb trees if needed. Tree sloths. Tree sloths are renowned for their slow movement and are the slowest mammals on Earth. They have a specialized diet consisting mainly of leaves, which provide them with limited nutrition. They spend most of their time hanging upside down from tree branches and have developed a slow metabolism and low body temperature to conserve energy. Certainly, let's delve into the behavior and lifestyle of ground sloths and tree sloths. 1. Ground sloths. Ground sloths were primarily herbivorous animals with various feeding strategies depending on their species. They had a diet consisting mainly of vegetation, including leaves, fruits, and shrubs. Some larger ground sloths may have also been browsers, consuming tougher plant material. In terms of behavior, ground sloths were primarily terrestrial, but were capable of climbing trees if needed. They had strong limbs and sharp claws that aided in digging burrows, gathering food, and defending themselves. It is believed that they were relatively slow-moving animals, but not to the extent of modern tree sloths. Ground sloths likely had a solitary lifestyle, coming together only during the breeding season. Fossil evidence suggests that they lived in burrows, which provided them with shelter and protection from predators. These burrows were often located near water sources, indicating their preference for proximity to fresh water. 2. Tree sloths. Tree sloths are renowned for their slow and deliberate movements. They have the distinction of being one of the slowest mammals on Earth. Their slow metabolism and low body temperature enable them to conserve energy, allowing them to survive on their nutrient-poor diet. Tree sloths spend the majority of their lives in trees, rarely descending to the ground. They are highly adapted for an arboreal lifestyle. Their long limbs and curved claws enable them to navigate the branches and hang upside down for extended periods. They move slowly and deliberately, conserving energy and minimizing their visibility to predators. Tree sloths are predominantly nocturnal, being most active during the night. They have a relatively sedentary lifestyle, spending up to 15-20 hours a day resting or sleeping. Their fur, which often hosts algae, provides camouflage, blending in with the surrounding foliage. Due to their slow movements, tree sloths rely on their excellent camouflage and low-energy lifestyle as a defense mechanism against predators. They have few natural predators, but their main threats come from habitat destruction and fragmentation caused by human activities. In summary, ground sloths were herbivorous animals with a terrestrial lifestyle, while tree sloths are primarily arboreal and have slow, deliberate movements. Ground sloths likely lived solitarily, while tree sloths are adapted for a sedentary lifestyle, spending most of their time hanging in trees and conserving energy.